we get into this episode, let me get my music going and properly introduce who I believe is going to be one of my very, very favorite guests. I am so honored to have Sergeant, excuse me, Fields joining us. Thank you so much for being here. First of all, everybody, welcome to Slice of Pie Tuesday. Please love, like, and share the video so they'll let us come back next week. And I am just so excited that you are here. Thank you.
I'm excited to be here, Shelly. Thank you so much for having me. I think right now where I'm located, it's 1 a.m. No, I'm just joking. But I'm excited to be here, Shelly, and to be a guest on your show.
I appreciate it. So, we talked last year. I don't even remember what month last year now, because it feels like it's been a long time. I've been harassing him to be on my show. I am a huge, huge fan of everything. Hold on, let me turn this music down so I'm not yelling over here like I'm losing it. It is Tipsy Tuesday, but there's nothing in this but water, y'all. So drop a comment, let me know if you're drinking.
I got some tea.
Let me know what y'all have. But honestly, so when we talked last year, we met on LinkedIn, and I always like to throw this out because there are folks that are connected on LinkedIn, but they're not taking advantage or building a relationship or a community. You just going on there and grabbing followers, and that's not how I roll. So when we connected last year, one of the things that really stood out for me, first of all, was your love of service. So first of all, thank you for your service as one of our many wonderful veterans. And, I truly appreciate everything our veteran communities do. So I really, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate all of your sacrifice. You're a Marine. I'm in the Air Force family, but it's all right.
I won't hold that against you, but and thank you again for, I chose to serve, but a lot of folks don't choose to support. And so thank you for making a choice to support your family members and then also service members around the world, Shelly.
Awesome. All right. So I want to dig into what you do. I want to talk about still serving. I definitely want to touch on Unarmored Talk, because for those of y'all who don't know, I don't know where you've been, but this is like one of, for me, the most successful podcasts, and I do follow you. I'm a super fan, so I'm not ashamed to say that. But I definitely want to get into like how you even got into that and what some of the messages are. There are incredible interviews and stories, and I definitely want to honor those guests that you've had as well. So let's just start with who are you, and how did you transition from being a Marine into where you are, business owner, community leader, podcaster? He is an influencer. He won't say it, but I'm saying it because I know who I'm dealing with. Okay. Influencer. And honestly, all around just a good guy. Like, how did you make the transition from being an active service member into kind of where you are today?
Yeah, Shelly, thank you. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, Shelly's got 196 subscribers when I look at her YouTube channel. A lot of people don't know this. One of the hardest hurdles as a YouTuber, right, a professional content creator in the YouTube industry, is getting your first 100 subscribers.
Yes.
So tonight, let's see if we can get her to 200. That's all I'm asking.
Yes.
Get your iPhone, your T phone, your tree phone, whatever app you're going to use. All you got to do is hit that button, and if you hit it and it says sign in, hey, get a sip of get a sip of tea.
You get a sip of tea, and welcome to Parade Deck. We're going to be talking about Parade Deck as well, because again, I have no shame talking about my friends and this incredible tool that we've been able to, partner with. So yeah, please, y'all, help me out and subscribe. Please like.
Yeah, let's get it to 200. Shelly, I love what you're doing, and it's mutual. Like I said, I like you. I'm on LinkedIn. I don't just, I'm not big on numbers. Yeah. I'm big on quality, not quantity. And so, again, a little bit about me. I'm about 4'4". No, I'm just joking. So I mean, I believe I've always had this passion to help people. This started when I was young, so I've always had a passion to help people. And no matter what I did in life, Marines or as a business owner, entrepreneur, podcast host, producer, whatever, the nucleus is, as long as I'm in a position to help another human, I always felt great. And so I believe that's been the driving force for me well before I even graduated high school. And so it's a joy to continue um, to wake up every day and live in my passion and using the talent and skills that God has given me, because I didn't go to no university to get a deep voice at 5'2". Or the humor, or there's not enough money a CFO and a corporation can allocate to send me to the University of Enthusiasm. So these are talents and skills that I won't take credit for. So it's cool to wake up, use them to help other people.
I love that. So in the chat right now, I'm dropping a couple of links as I want to make sure that folks have a way to reach you and find out all about you. Makisha she thinks he is hilarious. He is very funny. So y'all just hold on. But I'm dropping the link to your Parade Deck creator channel, because I think that's the best way to get access to all of Mario's social media handles, and you'll find out all the amazing events coming up. So that's where y'all need to go. Okay, go there and also check out Still Serving Inc. So I want to talk about Unarmored Talk, because I kind of touched on it briefly about, by the way, how many folks are you up to now? I feel like you have like a million subscribers. It's a million for me. How many are you? And this is important, because this to me is another testament of, it's a lot of work, right? There's a lot of work that goes into it. The content and the interviews that you have, the way that you treat your guests, it's fun. I'm all over the shorts. I love the shorts that you do with your wife. I think they are so hilarious. So definitely you guys are missing out if you don't go check out his stuff. Is amazing. So how did you get to, how did you build Unarmored Talk? Why did you do it? And why do you keep doing that? What's the love behind that?
Shelly, so first of all, if I would have done that myself, it would have probably lasted 3 episodes. The original title, I was like, "Ooh, real talk from the streets." Yeah. So I deliberately, I had this vision in 2020 that since I was a child, I always loved interviewing people, learning more about them. And so, when we had the Speakers Bureau, I said, well, it would be cool to develop a podcast and embed it in the Speakers Bureau as another component of the speaking industry. And so I took that vision and I went to my network, right? Be aware of your emotion, ladies and gentlemen, everyone, because what you may think is great may not be great. So I went out there and I said, hey, network, right? My team, Jerry Washington, I hope he's watching, Zeke Malata. And I said, Stephen Colon, I said, hey, what do you guys think about this title? Mario, ooh. What do you think about it? They were like, what are you going to talk about? I was like, I'm going to talk about real talk. They said, what does that mean? So we went through this 4 months of, they were asking me, well, what do you mean? What do you mean? And thank goodness for them. And so I finally developed the discussion framework where Jerry Washington helped me develop this accurate discussion framework where it's a human podcast.
Yeah.
Then Zeke Malata, he goes, real talk from the streets. He said, you military, and he's from Africa. He has a wonderful accent. He's very intelligent. I am not going to try to do his accent because I love it, but I will butcher it tonight. So I'm just going to speak Mario language. So he said, Mario accent. So he said, you folks who serve in the military, you guys are armored. You're armored. He said, people need to see you unarmored.
Ooh.
And I was like, Zeke, oh my gosh. Not only is it for military, it's for any human, CEO, CFO, teachers, police officer, mom.
Yeah.
We all have some type of armor.
Yes.
And that's what happened in 2020. And that's kind of the background of how we built it.
It's only been 2 years, almost 3 years. That's it?
Almost 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
Almost 3 years. And to give you some stats, we've been downloaded in over 700 cities and
Wow.
over 33 countries and territories. And the YouTube video, we do audio and video. The
Yeah.
YouTube video playlist has had over 71,000 views.
Wow.
And that's 72 episodes.
And that is what I mean about that's the testament behind the content, right? That's the testament because it is so high quality. And I think when you go on, and again, I'm not going to give anything away so that folks don't get like, okay, thanks a lot for saying all that. But I think what it is that what's different, that's what's different that I notice is the way that you interview is, first of all, you give your guests an opportunity to tell their story. That's number one. There's a comment that says, I love Mario language.
looks like that may be my wife.
Hi. I'm a fan of hers too, y'all. I'm a fan of hers because I actually stalk her just a teensy bit on Facebook. I'm sorry. No shame whatsoever. But yeah, it's the way that like you treat your guests so they get a chance to share their stories. And you are genuinely interested, because there's a lot of hosts that they don't care. They're just rolling through a list of questions and they're just trying to, get some, some quick hits on what's the thing that's going to stick, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for you, I think it's because you genuinely care about the people you're talking to. That's what you pick up as a viewer, and that's why I think a lot of people are more drawn to your content. What do you think?
Yeah, Shelly, I'm learning from them during the interview. So
Yeah.
when we do our discovery meeting and we kind of agree on a discussion framework, a topic, I stop the conversation. I go, okay, don't take this the wrong way, but
yeah.
Because that way, when we do those 20, 25 minutes, some go 30, but when we do those interviews, you're right, Shirley, it's authentic. That's why I'm going, wait a minute, hold on for a second. You said, wait. where you can tell if Mario, if I'm faking it, you'd be like this. Oh, really, Mario? All right. My nonverbals, I'm going, So it was 6.7 miles, so it keeps it authentic, so thank you. I appreciate that, but it does.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to touch on Still Serving Inc. So this organization, this is actually the first thing that I was, she said, yeah. So yeah, exactly. That's a word on, I know. We could have a whole sermon, but I'm trying to keep it together, y'all. So there's some folks on here. It's like, don't get me opened up, y'all. Woo, Lord, not today.
I got the mic ready. This is live.
Mic and different glasses.
I told Shelly, I said, are you sure you want me on the show?
It's all right. You can tell we love doing this, y'all. We're at the heart of the fun part of what we do. But when I was when we first connected, it was around Still Serving Inc. And so I wanted you to touch a little bit about what this nonprofit organization is and how you're helping to serve the community. I think there's folks who may be able to watch as you're watching, whether you're on the live or the replay, they may also pick up some ideas on ways, especially if you're a veteran, ways that you can serve your community and, or connect with Mario and get involved, right? So can you talk a little bit about Still Serving Inc.?
No, thanks, Charlene. That's the big thing, is just get adults motivated and inspired for the next generation.
Yes.
Like, I don't even care if you don't support any of my organizations. Just do something. Don't go, what can I do? Let's go, what can be done together? Let's get rid of I, because that limits yourself. What can be done? And then we all get together. And so I just believe that if you want to make global change, it starts with the youth. And that's social, economic, to reduce those behaviors that's detrimental to the advancement of mankind. Let's put some effort into the youth. And so Still Serving, Still Serving Incorporated, that's the foundation of it, is to go into underserved communities. That's what we do initially, and to improve the professional development of high school students in underserved communities. I believe that if we can improve, create hope for them, improve access to world-class information, create funding for skills-based events that they may not have the money for,
right,
soft skills, those human skills, and to start to change the globe, right? There's 7.9 billion humans on Earth, the last time I did research, but we can start to change all of those components, right? That social, economic behaviors, if we put more effort worldwide in youth development.
I love that. What do you say the idea? Because I am like you. I know a lot of adults by nature of our age, but there, it always shocks me a little bit when I hear folks that just say they just don't have time, and I'm thinking like even your kids, like, you can, some of this is, things that you can start at home, or maybe you don't have kids, maybe you can start within your family, or if you don't have, a family, maybe you can start at your community. Like, what do you say to, the I don't have time conversation?
Shelly, I was just in ICU for 3 weeks about a month and a half ago. And what I realized laying in that bed, and I could not move my limbs, is there's 24 hours in a day that every human gets.
Yes.
Yeah. And when you're laying there, there's a lot of time on the clock. And in that 24 hours, it's so my offer to when I hear someone say that is, I say, well, what do you mean? Because that's a belief.
Yeah.
That's a belief. You've developed a belief that you don't have enough time. Okay. That's your belief. What do you mean by that? And get into these discussions where it's not me versus you, or my goal is to prove you wrong. It's for you to take an accurate analytical thought to your belief and analyze and reflect on what do you mean? And if you don't even know what you mean, right. And so, and it's that reflection part that even myself, I can only speak for me, that made me realize that there's a lot of time I waste in a day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good point. It's what do you, so I'm reading out this comment from Nicole. Yes, our children are our future, and we need to start to mentor them for positive and fruitful futures. I mean, I think, so I went through some health issues at the end of 2020. I went through surgery and spent most of 2021 trying to get healed up. 2022 was like, okay, I'm just, I'm finally starting to come back to myself. So the idea that, first of all, folks would say, I don't have time. I love that point. Where it's like, well, what does that mean? Right? And what do you think you're here for? I think a lot of us, I know you think similar, is we understand that we have a purpose here, and you know what I mean? And we want to bring value to, whether it's our family or clients or community, whatever, right? We want to bring some kind of value. And I've always thought that, I want to be considered as a woman who made real positive impact and positive influence. I just didn't waste people's time, and I didn't leave anything behind, you know what I mean? But some bills would go on. Like, I don't want to be that person, So what are we doing with our time? And so what I really appreciate that you've done with Still Serving is you've mapped it out to say, this is what I'm going to do with my time, right? This is part of, you're busy. This isn't like, y'all, I'm not talking to someone who's like sitting at home with nothing going on. This is on top of other commitments, and yet giving back in this way is a commitment. So I really honor that when I see people who are walking the talk and not just saying stuff on social media. I said it.
Yeah. No. And Shelley, I'm glad that you someone like you got through that health challenge.
Oh yeah.
Because again, I mean, as you see, my screen is shaking because of all the energy coming through the bandwidth, and the fiber optics. But
Yeah.
yeah, so and the thing is, what's the beauty about when you're in your passion?
Yeah.
The beauty about when you're in your passion is it's not much effort.
Isn't it amazing?
And people go, Mario, man, even family. I have family members. I just did a video on my YouTube channel about it. Yeah, I did a video, Sergeant Major Tips. It said hard work, effort, and the difference. And I've even had family members go, you work hard. I'm like, that's your belief.
Yeah.
I sleep 9 hours a day. How many? You do? Yeah. Like my wife, like, good night, babe. Good night. Love you. Put our CPAP mask on. We're gone. If I get 6 hours of sleep, I feel like if I don't get more than 7 hours of sleep, Shelly, I'll be like, ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, that's not right.
All right. You got to fix this. Yeah, when you're in your passion, it's minimum effort, hard work.
It's amazing. And the verse that says all things work together for your good. Literally things just start shifting towards your and to the point where now I'm looking at things I'm like, what is happening here? I didn't even ask for it. You know what I mean? Like it is just amazing. And so for those folks who may be at a point in their life where they're trying to figure out what their purpose is and what it did take me a while to accept it. That was hard because it's not what I thought.
Right. And I have Christian beliefs. And the thing is, when I go to prayer, God be and I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I said, God be. I said, let me grab my thing. I said, I tell people, I said, God got like a holy cigar. He's like, so Mario, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
And I said, I want to go to Tampa, Florida. I just did 26 years in the Marines, Lord. I want to go to Tampa, Florida, and I want to teach in high school. I said, what say you? He's like, you're a funny little guy. Now you're gonna, all of this, the still serving, the podcast. Yeah. Shelly, I didn't want to do none of it. That was not my dream. So when I talked to some of my buddies, they go, we always knew. I said, no, you didn't.
Yeah, what? You never knew.
Never knew. We always knew you would. I would what? So yeah, all of this is me, like you said, Shelly, that I'm in prayer and I get this feeling in my heart. And it's like, go do a podcast. Huh? What?
Yeah.
Go build 2 companies. Would you just say?
Yeah.
And a nonprofit, which is nonprofits are not easy.
They're hard.
Oh, the first 3 years, I don't have hair.
All the hair is gone.
So of course, when you don't have something, then the next thing. So I started losing eyebrow. No, but I followed. I was obedient. Yeah. And here we are today where like you said, things just start aligning and you're just living in your passion. And really is to give back and give all your talents away to people. So when you go in your grave, when I go in my grave, I'm not taking these dreams, visions, talents. That ain't going in the ground. That's staying right here on earth.
I love that. And it's generational, right?
Yeah.
It's generational. I absolutely love. There is definitely that sense of, and I also try now to counsel. I coach myself. I talk to myself a lot, me and the Holy Spirit. I'm just gonna tell y'all. Okay, so judge me all you want. But I also try to coach myself through what I say about the business. I try not to, let me see, this comment just came up, effortless. That's the overflow of vision that God gives. Yes. Thank you, Tina.
It's scary. It's scary though, because you'd be like, how do I click this button?
Right. Okay. I don't understand what you're saying. Yeah. And sometimes it's bigger. Like it's scary when it's bigger than you think, but that's where you're meant to understand that if I could do it myself, there was no need for God, right? Just saying.
Right. And if everybody can see, if everybody had to share the same vision as you had, then what makes it unique?
Yeah.
And so, and if my wife's still on, she can attest to this. Do you know how many times I tried to close everything down, Shelly?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Even in the hospital. I'm laying there. Babe, I'm seeing the light. No, but if she's still on, I laid there and I was like, I think it's time to close down the podcast.
No.
Still serving can go away. We've done our piece on this earth. Then all of a sudden, again, things happen, and I'm like, babe, I just got counseled by the Lord.
He said no.
We will keep all the companies open, and we'll produce more episodes forever.
Exactly. He said no. And what's crazy is if you follow Mario, and again, go on Parade Deck and you'll be able to see all the channels. If you go back through his Facebook, there are a bunch of us, because thankfully his wife during this time was posting updates, because we were like, what's going on? There's no videos. We're not hearing anything. There's no shorts. There's no jokes. I don't think so. So we're waiting for her response. And so we definitely appreciate that, because she said, oh, yes, he does. So we definitely appreciated that connection. And that, I think, is another testament to community. So it's one thing to come on and have all of these shows, right? Have your business in place, and all. You have to have a connection with the community that you build. So for anybody who is thinking about building a business, whether it's going to be an entrepreneur or a business owner, meaning job creators or anything like that, you got to have a community, and that community will be there when you're tied up or you're caught up in health issues or whatever that is. And all of that positive prayers and all the the flood of support, I saw that and I was like, wow, I wonder if he will notice that all of these people were literally like, we're here for you, it's gonna be all right, let us, all of that support. And that's, I think, a testament, because you're giving out, and so therefore, even when you had to pause in your giving, we were there to give it back to you.
Yeah, no, thanks. And one of my wonderful mentors, his name is Bob Gotleski. He's out in Southern Cal. Years ago, he said, Mario, have you ever heard of ROR? And I said, ROR, Bob. I said, I've heard of ROI. In the military, I heard of ROE, rules of engagement. It's Marines, right? Marines.
Yeah.
75 Marines. But and all those who served. But I said, no, Bob. He goes, ROR is return on relationships.
Oh, wow.
He said, it's something that you can't buy. You could be a billionaire. You can't buy it. It takes time. And the way that people know you care is you give them the one thing you own, and that is your time. And over, he goes, and you and Nicole, because we've been married since we were like 4 now. So we're actually about to celebrate 28 years of matrimony this Saturday. But he said, you and Nicole have been together, and together you guys have cared for and giving your time to so many people, even people that didn't deserve it.
Right.
And he said, now what you're seeing is that mutual fund is cashing in. And that's what it is return relationship. So I was thankful. It's for me, it's a weird, because I'm not one of those people like, yay, Mario.
I was about to say, you're not good on receiving either.
No, I'm a cheerleader.
Terrible. Yeah.
I'm a cheerleader if you ever figure that out. I just don't look as good. And,
I'm a cheerleader. I can't take it.
Rochelle, I think you'd do better than me on the sidelines, because they couldn't see me. And pom-poms be barely over the fence, but yeah, it was a blessing. And
thank you, Tina.
Tina's like, yeah, God, like Mario again.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, it was. Thank you, Shelly, and I truly appreciate even your support and prayers because it made a difference.
I appreciate that. So what do you want to be remembered for? Now, first of all, are there any other members in your family that you want to give shout outs to, before I go into some of these other questions? Because I just want to pause. First of all, you have to give a better shout out to your wife who's on right now, but your daughter.
Yeah, if since you allow me to do this, we'll take the next 30 minutes. I'd like to thank my great. No, I'm just joking.
I'll tell my 14 ancestors. No.
Yeah, I would like to thank all the fields from 19. No, honestly, with this platform, Nicole. Nicole is the behind the scenes hero. She's the video editor. She's the one where when I doubt myself, she's there. She's been there since I was 19 years old. We got married, I was 19.
Wow.
And she has been that silent brick, right behind me. And so look at this. She made these.
Oh wow.
She was like, babe, you need to look good. but I have to just say, and I was just saying this the other day, I don't believe I would have turned out. Matter of fact, I was talking to my niece in Hawaii. I said, I don't believe your uncle would have developed in the man he is today without a strong woman that was by his side. I said, I don't. And so that's my shout out to the day. Her birthday is on Saturday too.
Oh.
She turns 30. So 26, she turns 26. And we celebrate 28 years of matrimony. So that's who I want to give a shout out to at this point is Nicole Marie Fields, aka
Boss Lady.
BKA.
BKA. That is awesome. And and I'm all about giving people their flowers while they are here. And so Nicole, we those of us who are receiving all of the work that's coming from both of you guys appreciate you as well. And also because you're a veteran spouse, but mainly because you got to put up with him.
Hey, Shelly, let me tell you something. Don't let Nicole fool you. She is crazier than me. I always tell her she is funny. Go on her Instagram. Look at some of her videos.
Oh my gosh. So it's come. So okay. So I thought she was a quiet one, but now I know. Oh, she's okay. I gotta get her. I'm gotta get her up here. Oh, Nicole, don't make me cry. I can't. Not with these glasses today. I can't. So, what do you want to be remembered for?
So what I don't. So I particularly don't want to be remembered for a specific thing. What I pray for is that while I'm living, that I am a living example of what it means to give back, what it means to forgive yourself, and then what it means to forgive other people, what it means to listen to people and challenge your own belief system and come to the realization that maybe some of the ways you were brought up or your experience may have developed these biases that are not true.
Yeah.
And have the ability to decide to change. And I can go on and on and on to the multiple things that I pray that when I'm gone, that people won't just remember one thing, but it will be a multitude of things that helps them become a better human, and more so to really set conditions for success for the next generation of youth who they don't get a vote.
Yeah.
They're just in 5th grade going,
trying to make it.
Because I believe if they could vote, they would vote some adults out.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would, including parents.
All 7th graders, today is election day. They're honest brokers.
That's true. So that is awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. All right. Well, this brings us towards our end. I'm kind of sad to end it here because, You're just an amazing human being. I am so grateful for everything that you do and the way that you serve, the way that you love Nicole, the way that you love your family, the way that you take care of people around you, the way that you give back. You give back to people that you barely know. You gave me Andrew Appleton, who is now my best friend if he's still on here. I just really do appreciate everything that you're doing. I know it's a lot of work, but the joy in watching you carry this thing out is just amazing, and it's inspiring for those of us who are trying to build something that's generational, that takes care of our communities and everyone around us. So I just wanted to make sure that I close this out with a genuine thank you. Obviously, thank you for being on this platform. I mean, I'm trying not to tear up, y'all, but seriously, Mario was one of those people I reached out last year. I launched my company April 1st of last year, and I cannot even believe, when we talked, that you would have said yes. And so that kind of trust that you gave me at that point, it really did something, because it really energized me. Hold on, Andrews. Thanks me about. That's my boo. But it really did lifts. And so you're encouraging people by just, doing the work that you're doing, and you don't even know it. So I'm a huge cheerleader and a fan, and I just want to make sure I say thank you.
Shelley, thank you. Thank you so much. And, I have a permanent tan, so you don't see me blushing. I'm a blush in my eyes. But no, seriously, thank you so much for just allowing me, to help you, allowing me to come on your platform and the amazing things you're doing. It's in your heart. I love the impact you're making with the youth and what you're doing, your YouTube channel. By the way, we're going to get over 200. I believe that by.
Come on, y'all, help me out. Subscribe.
So I want to raise up the wonderful, beautiful mic to you. I salute you with this beautiful mic. And thank you so much. Continue to do what you've been doing. And I'll always be here behind the scenes to help you whenever you need it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So we're going to tell the people deuces, and we're going to hang out in our green room for the after party, where obviously Beyonce shows up because we paid her $24 million. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.